Did you know there's a type of woman out there who thinks she's clever, who believes she's got everything under control? But in reality, she's nothing more than a fool wearing the mask of confidence. The scariest part is, she has no idea how foolish she really is, and she keeps destroying her own life without understanding why. And if you're not careful, you might get caught up in her chaos, or worse, become her without even realizing it. Welcome to this video. Listen closely to every word I say, because by the end, you'll clearly understand what makes a woman stupid. Not just to avoid her, but to outsmart her and even save yourself from following the same path. Sign number 1. She confuses attention with true value. A woman lacking wisdom believes that as long as people look at her, she must be valuable. She lives for the spotlight like a moth drawn to flame, craving external validation. If she's not admired, she'll create drama, even pretend to be deep or spiritual, just so someone will tell her she's special. But you know what? Marcus Aurelius taught us, the value of a person is not measured by others' attention, but by inner strength. A truly valuable woman doesn't chase attention. She naturally attracts it because her presence is grounded in heart and wisdom. So, when you meet someone who measures her worth by likes, followers, or compliments, be wise and run. She's not seeking love, success, or meaning. She's just addicted to fleeting validation. Sign number 2. She lacks self-control. Have you ever seen someone who clearly knows what she should do but does the opposite? She knows she should save money but wastes it all. Knows she shouldn't text that toxic guy, but does anyway. Seneca said, "Self-control is true freedom." But she mistakes freedom for doing whatever she wants, no matter the cost. That's why she keeps losing herself in a cycle of failure, pain, and emotional chaos. A wise woman understands that discipline isn't a chain, but the path to freedom. But this woman, she's trapped by her impulses, destroying her own life bit by bit. Sign number 3. She talks more than she thinks. Have you ever met someone who just never stops talking? Not because she has valuable things to say, but just to be heard. She argues about things she doesn't understand, interrupts, overshares, and believes winning an argument means being right. But Epictetus reminds us, the wise listen more than they speak. They choose their words like a master selects his tools, carefully, strategically, and only when necessary. This woman, she uses words like a child scribbles with crayons, messy, careless, and all over the place. And that's why she never learns or grows. Sign number 4. She blames everyone else for her problems. A woman without awareness never takes responsibility for her mistakes. Every failure, every fault is someone else's or life's fault. She refuses to look in the mirror and face her own errors to learn from them. But Marcus Aurelius taught, do not complain about the world. Change yourself. Only when we take responsibility can our lives truly transform. You see, wisdom isn't about appearances or fancy words. It's about self-awareness, self-control, and accountability. Without vigilance, we might unknowingly become the very person we once despised. So stay sharp. Learn from the Stoic philosophers to keep yourself on the right path, because that's the only way to live freely and meaningfully. Sign number 5. She seriously chooses the wrong friends. If you want to understand a woman's wisdom or lack thereof, don't look at her words or the image she presents. Look at the people she chooses to keep close. An ignorant woman befriends those who enable her weaknesses and bad habits, because she craves the feeling of safety within her so-called comfort zone, where no one dares to challenge her, where she is praised for deceiving herself. She clings to liars, drama lovers who drag each other down, and gossip spreaders, because deep down, she is a version of them herself. In contrast, a wise woman never hesitates to carefully select friends with intellectual rigor and responsibility. She actively seeks out those who not only support her, but also challenge her, making her stronger and more complete, because she understands that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And this choice is the key that determines whether you move forward or remain stuck in a vicious cycle. Sign number 6. She refuses to learn from repeated mistakes. Nothing destroys a life more than repeating the same mistakes without learning from them. A foolish woman never stops to reflect, to grow, and to transform. She repeatedly falls into toxic relationships, makes wrong decisions, and self-destructive actions. But Seneca once reminded us, it is not that we err, but that we do not know how to correct our errors. A wise woman may stumble and err, but she always knows how to stand up stronger, change herself, and grow. She doesn't let the past define her future, but uses it as a springboard for continuous progress. Meanwhile, the foolish woman only spins around in a maze of disappointment and suffering, with no escape and no growth. Conclusion: the real difference lies not in knowledge or appearance, but in your way of life and choices. A wise woman is one who knows how to control herself, dares to take responsibility for every decision, continuously learns from mistakes, chooses friends wisely, and most importantly, truly understands her own value, not superficial attention or external praise. On the other hand, the ignorant woman loses herself in illusions, temporary satisfaction, and self-destructive cycles. Final message: wisdom is a conscious choice. Each of us has the right to choose the path of growth and freedom. If this video has sparked even a brief light within you, please support it by hitting like right now, because deep messages like this are not for the majority, but for those who truly desire to rise to a new level in life. Don't forget to subscribe to become part of a community of souls hungry for growth, and don't hesitate to leave a comment below. I always read them all. Thank you for watching, and don't forget the channel Stoic Mindset Serenity, the starting point for a comprehensive and sustainable self-transformation journey.